Hello, my name is Emily. I'm going to be giving a presentation today on disability sport and para ice hockey. So today we have a couple players here from the Canada national team for para ice hockey. Their coach right now is Ken Baby. Canada made their Paralympic debut in 1994. And ever since then, they've won 2 silver medals, 1 gold medal, and 2 bronze medals. They won their gold most recently in 2006. The 2 bronze were in 94 and 2014, and the silver medals were in 98 and 2008. There's only ever been 3 women who have ever competed in the national championship, but none of them were ever playing for Team Canada. So para ice hockey is very, very similar to regular ice hockey. They're regulated under the same rules. They're both under Hockey Canada. So they follow the same rules, guidelines, everything like that. The only thing para ice hockey is a little bit different in is it uses double-bladed sledges that the players will sit on, as well as 2 sticks with little spikes on the end that they can propel them through the ice, as well as a blade on the end that they can use to score or pass to their partners on their team. So to be eligible according to Wheelchair Canada, there's one classification requirement to play para ice hockey for athletes. They must have a physical disability to their lower body that prevents them from playing able-bodied hockey. So if that is something that you classify under, you are eligible to play. So they don't have too many rules other than being disabled from the waist down. The goal of the game is to get the puck into the other player's net, just like regular ice hockey. There's 6 players from either team, including the goalie on the ice at any given time. This can lead to penalties if there are more than that on the ice. And the goal is allowed when the puck has been put between the goalpost below the crossbar and completely across the goal line by the attacking player's stick. There is a video that you can watch here from Hockey Alberta. It kind of just shows a few clips of some people playing sledge hockey. Fortunately, it was not working with the screen share earlier, so I cannot play it right now. You can always visit that link and it gives you a quick little idea of kind of what it looks like. So the history of the sport, as I said, the 1994 debut for the Winter Games. Para ice hockey was invented in Stockholm at a rehab center during the early 1960s. There was a man who developed a physical impairment to his lower body, but he still wanted to continue playing hockey. So he developed the sledges to be able to still play. Then by 1969, Stockholm had a 5-team league that included players with physical impairments and able-bodied players. And that same year, Stockholm hosted the very first international para ice hockey match between the local club and a club from Norway. And they would play each other once or twice a year during the 1970s. And during that, several other countries started to develop teams, like Great Britain in 1981, Canada in 1982. The US was a little bit later in 1990, and then Estonia and Japan were in 1993. So para ice hockey became an official event at the Lillehammer 1994 Paralympic Games. And the national para ice hockey team fully became under the Hockey Canada umbrella in 2004. That's when they started winning all their medals and doing other championships like the IPC and the Canadian Tire Sled Hockey Challenge. So injuries and penalties. If a player is injured during the play and is unable to continue playing or get to the player bench, the play will continue until his team has possession of the puck, unless either the team is in immediate scoring position. At that point, they will be allowed to try and score, and then the play will stop. Penalties are divided into these categories here, which are all the same for regular hockey as well. So we have minor penalties and bench minor penalties, which are both 2 minutes. A major penalty is 5 minutes. A misconduct is a 10-minute penalty, so that's a pretty big one. And then game misconduct penalty is also known as GM, match penalty, and PN. Penalty shots is PS. So the protective gear that they wear, every single player must be wearing helmets with a full cage or mask at all times. They are also encouraged to wear protective padding like shoulder, shin pads, elbow pads, and large padded gloves. And the goalies do wear these. So they wear leg pads, shoulder pads, a helmet with a full cage to block their face from pucks that can fly up to 100 kilometers an hour. They also have a blocker glove to protect their hands for catching those pucks as well. Games consist of 3 15-minute periods and 2 15-minute intermissions, and the rules follow the International Ice Hockey Federation with those few modifications. Players use 2 sticks, which have a spike on either end to propel them in either direction. The stick also has a blade on the end for shooting and or passing the puck to their teammates. If the stick on the end gets a little too sharp, they will not be allowed to use them. So that is something that they do need to watch out, because they can get in a lot of trouble if it is too sharp, because it can easily hurt themselves or someone else. Each team is allowed a 1-minute timeout during the regulation time or in overtime. And the play typically consists of 3 forwards, and then they'll have 2 defense and then their goalie, which is kind of the standard kind of positioning you'll see of players throughout normal hockey and para ice hockey as well. So a couple pieces of equipment that are important for hockey is the puck, which is made out of rubber and it can be other approved materials as well. And there's a little bit of dimensions there for you guys to see. Move myself over here. And then the sledge, you can see the man here. He's just from Team USA. He's sitting on the sledge. So his feet kind of just stick into that little part there. And you can see the blades. So he has his little stick down, and that's where the little spikes would be to be able to stick into the ice to get him to move. And so these are also some more measurements for them to use. And the seating system they use is called a bucket. And the blades are made of tempered steel and are about 3 millimeters thick. So there's some height restrictions as well. And the height restrictions and everything ensures that the puck is able to slide under them when they're passing or if they miss a pass. So it gives the puck a little bit more freedom to move around the ice without getting blocked or stuck under something as well. And then here's a little bit of a better picture of the stick. So you can see here, it's quite small of spikes, which is good. So you aren't stabbing anybody by accident. The players will use 2 of these and have, as I said before, that will propel them in either direction. And then they have a normal blade on the end that you can see that they shoot and pass the puck with. And then some important notes about the stick is no part of the pick or teeth may come sharp at any point. The pick must not extend more than 1 centimeter anywhere beyond the stick. And that's the little sharp part there is what they're referring to. The pick must have at least 6 teeth with a maximum length of 4 millimeters. And the goaltender may have an additional pick as the base end of their stick if they choose. So here in Canada, we have many provinces that offer great leagues for you to play with. Team Canada competes in the World Para Ice Hockey Tournament as a national team. In 2022, they went to the Beijing Winter Games and they took 17 players from Hockey Canada's national team to go there. 24 players are on their current 2022-2023 team. 2 of them are from Alberta, one being from Calgary and the other one being from Edmonton. So they will be going to the Paralympic Games in 2026 to Milano Cortina. And there's the Facebook page and Instagram page there linked if you wanted some more information on some Paralympic Games, which is not just hockey. There's many, many other sports as well that you can take a look at. So in Alberta, there's many, again, leagues that you can go to and play for sledge hockey. Anywhere you kind of go, you'll find somewhere you can play if it's fun or competitive. These teams will play each other. They'll have little tournaments. So it's super fun and it's a great way for everyone to get out and be able to still play the sport they love without feeling restricted in any way. Unfortunately, Lethbridge had to close down their Lethbridge Sledge Hockey Club in 2019. But AHS is still offering a chance to try it out through their therapeutic recreation program. You can contact Melissa, Mango is her name, via email. They did ones in 2022. There was one in March and one in December. And if you're able-bodied, if you have a physical impairment, you're allowed to go. So it's a great way to give it a try for anybody who thinks that it might be something for them. But yes, poor Lethbridge did not make it in the Sledge Hockey Club era. So for women's para ice hockey, it's not as popular as men. So the Women's Para Hockey of Canada is excited to announce a 20-player women's national team roster that will train together leading up to the final selection of the 18-player roster. And those 18 people get to compete at the 2023 IPC Women's Para Ice Hockey World Challenge in the fall. Their team right now consists of 10 forwards, 7 defense, and 3 goalies. 14 of the women on the 20-person team did earn a silver medal at the 2022 IPC World Championship, and that one took place in Green Bay, Wisconsin. The first event that they will go to is underway in Ottawa, Ontario from April 12th till 16th, and they will be playing against men's teams in the top division in Ottawa in a little tournament to help prepare for them. So you can have a little contact with Janice here if you want to get some more information on the women's team as well. So as a game, I was thinking of wheelchair ball hockey as a great option if you don't have access to ice as a class. I know as our class, we would have access to an ice at an arena. So I did some research and found the Paralympic Sports Association can bring out a class size of 28. They bring 28 sledges to your class and they will actually teach you how to do it and how to play. There is a cost to this. It is typically in Edmonton and Northern Alberta. They would come down to Lethbridge. It is a 50 cents per kilometer fee for that extra distance though, plus a $50 fee for the instructor who comes down. So the cost for one class would be $300 plus the travel distance, and this includes instructions from the PSA. So you can also get no instruction and just have your teacher or professor teach it to you or teach yourself. You can also add on another class in the same day, or say you could do week-long rentals. If you add one more class in the day, it is an extra $50. And like I said before, it comes with 28 sledges. You just need to bring your own helmet and gloves and other little protective gear. So it's super fun. You can do drills, you can do a scrimmage. So it's a great opportunity for everyone to see the sports available for people with a disability and to recognize the abilities of people with a disability. And as individuals who are able-bodied, it's super nice to kind of see sometimes the difficulties that other people can face if they don't have those able bodies. And even if you don't think it's an extra difficulty, it's a great way to kind of see a sport in a different way. But yeah, so wheelchair ball hockey could be super fun if we were in the class in the gym. We have a wiffle ball, so we could use wiffle balls. We just set up little goal nets on either end of the gym, and we'll have teams of six people. Will have subs. Everyone gets a wheelchair. They can sub out the wheelchairs as well, and we'll play 15-minute games in class. So it's a bit shorter rather than 3 15-minute periods. We could just play 15-minute games. We can have one little halftime in the middle instead of the 2 intermissions. And it gives us still a good way to not use our bottom half of our body. So it's still good for those with lower body impairments. And we're still able to use our hands and kind of get the idea of hockey without using your feet. And that is my presentation. So thank you very much for watching. I hope everyone has a great day.